guests are still here. Salim Hassan, Salim, Fred Martey, were discussing issues of Black Stars, especially with focus on the Ghana-Switzerland game yesterday. Let me come to Fred now. Now, we understand that Kudu's game was not part yesterday. There was the issue also of that your Arsenal guy, I don't even know.
What kind of party he had?
Yeah,
no party.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
They were also not part of it.
Yeah.
The quality guy, Tariq, was not part. Who else didn't we play?
We didn't play quite a lot.
Okay.
I mean, Cherry has to come in the second half.
Second half.
We have to change.
So that gave us a bit of confidence that even without our top quality guys, we can still play and be comfortable. Did you get that sense?
Yes, that's why for me I said I was looking at, I asked myself certain questions before the game. The lineup, how close is it to your starting lineup against Portugal? And obviously, no coach would like to spell out his real cards to people. And the second question you ask yourself is, we all know the core of the team, but how do you win the games from the bench? So we're expecting that anybody that comes in from the bench should be somebody to change the game on the positive note. So the shuffle in the game was quite worth it. If I'm to give you a little stats, right? We went into the tournament, like Salim said earlier on. We had Jojo Wallacott and Richard Ofori as our main goalkeeper. Now, if I were to be Nuruddin or Atizigi, meaning out of these two, one of them was going to be dropped because we are carrying 3 goalkeepers. So then you wake up in the morning and it appears that you are automatically on spot to the World Cup between Nuruddin and Atizigi. And these are the 2 goalkeepers that most of us believe that they were not starters. Either Jojo or Ofori, one of them will get the nod and the other one becomes assistant. Now the 2 were out. So psychologically, it dawns on Atizigi for me to be imposed. He was a little bit nervous. He was trying to do the basic of when you can't catch the ball, you parry the ball. That was the situation he found himself. But at the end of the day, he was noted in Ghana for somebody who conceded goals. But yesterday, I mean, he gave us a good game at the back. We had Martey and Salisu. I was also looking at whether we are going to go 3 back or 2 back. And we played Martey and Salisu, a left footer and a right footer. Baba Rahman started ahead of Gideon. We had Tariq ahead of Odwe or Salis at the right-hand flank. Then in the midfield, we were like, Baba Idris was injured. Now the question is, if Baba is injured and you have Thomas Partey, would you allow Partey to play the deeper role or the attacking role? Because our team lack goals, we prefer Partey to go up front. So if Partey is going to go up front and Baba is missing, what's next? In the last game against Brazil, we saw Elijah and then Salis. This is the first time Salis is playing for Ghana. For me, Salis is the best DM we have in the country, irrespective of whether Baba is fit or not. So when we get somebody like Salis in midfield, someone like Partey, they can switch between the 8 and the 6. One of them can sit, the other one can push forward. I mean, when we need to have a double pivot, we had Partey. Partey was not in the game. We had the two young boys, 23 years, 25 years, Elijah and Salis. They comported themselves in the midfield, give us a good shield. Now, in progressing in attack, we've got our own local lad, Ifriye Banye. For me, I believe that somebody who has won the under-20, somebody who is a main key figure in your Black Galaxies, a goalkeeper like Dan Lad, if these 2 people cannot get into your national team, then your national team has no future. Simple because you have a league that feeds your national team. So if these people are playing your Meteors, and by graduation, the Meteors feeds the Black Stars, and nobody can progress from your Meteors into your Black Stars, they means that whatever you do in your country is useless. That's what it means. So for me, I'm happy to see these 2 people getting the nod. And the Ifriye Banye prove why he needs to be in the squad. You've got your captain, Dede Ayew. Then you've also got his brother, Jordan. I mean, I had question marks about their performance. I felt at 60th minute, Dede was tired. His legs were aging. You could tell. Jordan has whatever he has to do. Then Inaki Williams leading the front line. So we had a team close to our first 11. I don't have a problem if this team should start any game. Because once you have called these people, you need a good performance from them.
I see.
And they did perfectly well. Cohesion, tactics, spotted. Even though at the beginning, our fullbacks were leaking, we felt that the Swedes were getting behind our fullbacks and getting crosses, they never posed a real danger to us. Right. And I think that's what benefited us.
Talking about Atizigi parrying the ball, this is not against a Switzerland side that we saw that had a pressing game. Yeah. You play any team that presses, you're going to be having rebounds, and that will be the goal.
Sure.
And that's the danger in there. And so, would you want Danlad rather than Atizigi?
No, that's why from the beginning I said it would depend from the technical bench. They have goalkeepers trainer in the person of
Richard
Lele, Richard Kingston. So they will work on that. But for me, in terms of who should be in the goalpost, either Danlad or Atizigi or maybe Nuruddin, still depends on the kind of system of formation you want to play or the opponent you are facing. So it depends.
Okay.
That's why I say from the beginning, Atizigi should have to build his confidence.
But this is not the time we have to build confidence.
So they've given him several chances.
Okay.
So at this juncture, he shouldn't be panicking at all.
Okay.
He should even look, I can come in and save the country. So why all this kind of panicking? Look at Salis.
Let's talk about the back now. People have, yesterday I heard narratives such as we have built the best, defense ever. I mean, is that laughable or that's reality?
It's laughable.
Not really.
It's laughable.
Not really for
Not
me.
really.
So I'll come to
Look, this is the team that we beat 2-0.
Okay.
And we are thinking that is the best. From us, that is the best. But the best team we are going to face there too, they have their best. That is where we will see whether the defense will be pervious, will be permeable or not. So this is the beginning. We shouldn't be saying that we shouldn't be swollen-headed. Just I was telling a friend, don't be big-headed and say, oh, we've won 2-0. So when the game itself starts, we are also going to beat people 2-0 or 3-0 or 2-1. It's a different ball game altogether. When the tournament itself gets started, there will be some kind of jittery, some kind of, nervousness here and there. If you look at the Ghana team, Dede had the experience of World Cup.
Yeah.
His brother Jordan also had experience. Yeah. The rest, nobody.
Fear not.
So only two players have tasted
World Cup.
World Cup.
And these are players Ghanaians are not really sure.
And World Cup, the euphoria, the environment,
the noise,
the weather, everything,
the insults
is different.
Yeah.
Ball game altogether.
Yeah.
That is why I say confidence. That's why yesterday I said no, Salis, come on.
Yeah.
First game. And look at the way he performed.
The lights.
First game. So this tells you that he is a player, the kind of play. That's what I was asking. So all this while, where was he?
He was there.
We say we have scouts, we have technical men. Why now that you are fetching him to come in? So this tells you that the Ghana team itself, we have some kind of players still outside that they can come in and even play much better than these players.
Well, that's where I disagree with you. So I'm really not a fan of this outside thing. I said build yours, progress.
Yeah.
So that issues of telepathy will not even come in again. Because then if they were playing in the same league and they progress to the other teams we have, then we have them. The core team, then we can then talk about exposure where they play outside the country.
Okay, I get you.
So from the beginning,
we've had the Egyptians team 80%, 90% play in their country, but they've never been to the quarterfinals at the World Cup.
Yeah.
But have you been to the semi-finals?
No, but we have been to one of the prestigious places with
Who did you take there? Who did you take there?
Look, I took a crop of players
who
were quite good.
Who were playing in the league at the time. They knew themselves.
Not all of them were in the country.
The guys we needed.
Look, I had
Call them.
Inkum. I had
Don't call the ones that were not playing together.
Asamajan. No, but here is the case that
They
look,
had played before, 2 of us.
yes, because they played in the under 20.
Absolutely.
I have 2 sets of under 20s. I have the AC and the Sule badge
Good.
that migrated very well. I got the Ajimabedu, Adia, Dede Ayew's badge.
Absolutely.
That also progresses. So this is where I'm saying that we've also had the under 20 badge of a 3-year ban here and Dan Lad.
So only
They've
two.
Only
also-
2 of them.
Only two.
Look, it is part of it. We've got the Egyptian team who almost all of them, whether under 17, under 20, under 23 or the national team, playing in Egypt, 80% of their squad. Yet, the only thing they do is shine when it comes to the African Cup of Nations. When it comes to under 17, under 20, under 23, or even at the World Cup, they don't go far.
Would you
So
say that?
it is quite arguable.
Okay, so let's argue this
arguable.
out quickly, maybe in the next 2 minutes. So you say that because Egypt has won several times the African Cup, and
Yeah.
we have gone further from the quarterfinals, we are better than Egypt?
Egypt is better in Africa. But on the world stage, when it comes to national teams playing at the World Cup, we have attained the highest spots. We've gone far ahead of the group stages, ahead of the 1/16. The Egyptians haven't. So it's not necessarily that you need to have a key player. Mind you, when you're a professional, when you are called to perform, you need to perform. You can't say that I haven't been to these grounds before,
Okay.
so I can't shine.
But it also plays a key role.
Look, so you ask yourself, you've got 2 players, Dalat and a 3-year ban here. They play for the 2 biggest clubs in Ghana, Has and Kotoko. Right. These 2 boys, when it comes to Has and Kotoko, what other crowd do you expect in the country for them to have? They'll have the biggest crowd to play in. They've played in under 20. They've won the tournament for Africa, the WAFU. Then the other one. They've also played in the qualifiers for Black Galaxies. And we have a qualifier to play then in a tournament in Algeria. Should we win, we are going to the next Olympic Games. So mind you, these players, despite the fact that they are playing local, they've got some 1 or 2 exposures, and that is building up. As a quality player, when you are called to deliver, you know what you are. You know what you are bringing on the table. I look at the Ghana squad, and for me, at a point, for once, I know we have at least 1 or 2 backup in various fields. Let's face reality. We went with a back 4. Derek was playing, so we had Alidu on the bench.
Yeah.
We had good old Odwe on the bench. Any of these 2 starting for us, we don't have a problem at the right back. It's not that today we are going to panic. We had Baba Rahman starting on the left, and we had Gideon Mensah on the bench. If Gideon starts tomorrow, I don't have a problem. We went in with a 2-back at Salisu and Martey. If I drop any of them and I play Juku, we know they've played before. It doesn't look panicking. In midfield, you had Pate, Tre, Elisha, Salis, Salis.
Salis.
Then
Kudus.
Kudus. Any of them that starts, any of the 3 that starts for me, I don't have a problem because they've played before. Imagine Pate gets hurt. I can go into the game and play Salis as a DM, play Tre, and probably play Kudus. There is no Pate. I'll get my job done for
Elisha
me.
also is there.
Elisha also is there. There is a cover up. So this is what we mean by having a good squad. Whenever you are found wanting, there is a red card, there is a suspension, there is an injury. Whoever you bring, we've got a lot of wingers on the flanks. The only problem we have is that should Inaki Williams get injured, who are we going to play? Are we going to play a Harrowhead or we are going to play a false 9? And that brings about the variation in the tactics and formation of the coaches.
Okay, so I get to listen to Fred, and I'm thinking Fred is a politician because Fred makes the thing look easy, and you know we have this against what team, against which side.
Yes,
When
that
you
is
put
why I
all
was
of this
telling him
together,
that
against
it
which side?
depends on the type of opponent that we are going to meet.
Okay.
So this game is just a friendly game.
Okay.
Whereby players are very cautious.
Yes.
They are afraid to be injured.
Yeah.
So they want to meet the real tournament itself when they get started so that they can showcase whatever they have. If you are injured, how can you showcase whatever you have? So there is some kind of cautiousness out there.
We are going to
do this team, as we are saying, we have people who can set in. If this player is out, this player will be in.
Yeah.
it still depends on the type of team that we are going to meet. So don't be overconfident and say Ghana's team. Look, let me tell you something.
Football doesn't follow logic.
This team is far different from the team we had 2006.
Yes.
From the one we have 2010.
Yes.
It's far different.
Yes.
Let's do